All right, so what we see here is there is a CAT 2021 mock test link that IIM has given out now. So let's see what is in store. First of all, we have to remember this. So there was this media release that happened on the 24th of September. In the media release, the IIM said that, where was it? I'll tell you where. Yeah, there you go. So last year's CAT format changes were necessitated due to CAT COVID-19 pandemic. Since we are seeing the same pandemic issue this year, the CAT 2021 exam format and pattern will remain the same. Format and pattern will remain the same. And then it says, however, considering that there could have been time pressure to complete the CAT exam last year on account of changes made, for CAT 2021, the committee is making an attempt in reducing the number of questions across all the three sections. So which means the number of questions across all the three sections is going to change. That's what they said, or likely to change. I don't know, making an attempt. I don't know what that means, but that's what they have said. And then he said mock test tutorial to understand the format of the test. I need to understand what format means. Format of a test meaning. Let's check that. What is the format of a test? Test format. The layout of the question of the test. 2 essays, 50 multiple choice question, etc. What is the pattern of the test? Okay, let's go with that meaning. That seems to be the case. So which means a mock test tutorial understand the pattern of the test will be available on the CAT website from the last week of October 2021. So which therefore means that the CAT is going to take some time, decide and give us some tests. Now this is what the CAT has given. So CAT mock test link. Okay. The mock test contains selected questions from previous year's common admission test papers with an aim to familiarize the candidate with different types of questions generally asked in CAT and the exam console. The given mock test has been designed with a total duration of 120 minutes for the non-PWD candidate based on the pattern followed in the last year. The objective of this test is not to disclose the exam pattern for CAT 2021, and the actual exam may or may not contain similar type or number of questions. So anything is possible. Therefore, I'm wondering, what does it even mean? Understand the format of the test. Okay. So they have given us 3 links. So let's click on this link, which opens this one, and this opens here. And I'm sure that all of you are very used to these things because your mock test that you're taking would have very similar interface. So if you click on next, and this is okay, so you click here and go here, and let's understand what the test is all about. And then you actually see the number of questions here is 26. That was last year. And in fact, you actually look at this particular paper here, whatever is been given out here, this was last year's slot 1 question paper. The last year's test. And if you think about actually marking some answer choice and checking your answer towards the end, it's not going to work. Let me mark some answers randomly and see whether it works. Let's submit this paper. Yes. Let's mark some questions, submit section number 2, and mark something for this one, and hopefully see what is eventually going to happen to the mark. Submit. Thank you for your feedback. You've successfully completed the exam. Exit exam. So please don't spend 2 hours marking answers thinking that eventually you'll get some score. You're not going to get anything. So coming back, so what was the reason for this particular test? So therefore, all we have now is a last year's paper. And I don't know why I'm waited till last week of October to do this. This paper is available. The paper is available. I'm sure that you have got access to this paper. So they'll waited till last week of October to give us a test that we have seen 6 months ago. If eventually IIMs are not going to release, I have no idea. And there's a whole logic of not at least telling I'm not saying don't tell me, for example, what is a specific type of question type. Fair enough, but at least give a sense in terms of how many questions are there in each of the sections. What are the kind of areas being tested? Because after all, this test is going to be conducted in multiple slots. I don't know. Okay, so just in case you want to know a few things, please read all the instructions carefully. A few things about the test. Let's actually go to the test and figure out some things. This is interface. So one thing that you see is, of course, you can see the question paper button. Question paper button opens like this. This doesn't move, by the way. You can't select anything here. And then, which means if you want to go back, you have to close this and then go back. Unless you want to come back and look at another question, if you click on question paper button, you have to scroll down. Now, actually, in the question paper button, you don't see answer choices, but in the actual CAT, you will see them. I've seen this in CAT 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Every time when they gave the sample test, they also gave sample test last year. When I click on the question paper button in the sample paper or the mock test, I did not see the answer choices, but in the actual CAT, I saw the answer choices. Okay, so it opens like this. So you have other things that you can obviously push it there, but the only problem when you click on the next one, it comes back again. Then I have to push it again. So it's kind of a little weird. This thing here, every time you have to push it or get it back. Okay. One other thing is that you cannot mark a particular answer choice and click here. It will not get registered. If you want to mark an answer choice, mark it and ensure that you put save and next. Okay, that's something that then only it get registered. For example, if I mark something to question number 10 and then move to question number 11, the 10th question is not registered. Right? You have to, let's say, mark something, put save and next, then it gets registered. That's the important thing. Okay. What else? Do you see here? You can see the calculator. The calculator has got square root as well, so this is okay. 5 square root. One of the things that I've normally seen about this calculator, because eventually the computer that you will get would be on a particular venue, probably a college, and I've usually seen this computer is not so great. And the mouse doesn't work properly. So when I for example, this happened every year for me. Okay, when I probably type 3, it types like that. It goes then I have to go back. Wait a minute. Let's go back. For some reason, doesn't sort of work properly. So it is always better to avoid calculate as much as possible. That's also. So what is that you can learn from here? I don't know. There are some instructions that is given. You can read the instructions. You can be familiar with the paper. That's about it. But that's all. What is in store in CAT 2021? God only knows. I have got slot number 1. The slot number 1 will find out first, and I'm sure that across each slot they have to keep the structure exactly the same, because they have to compare between tests. It doesn't make sense to give 3 very different tests and try to normalize it. It doesn't make sense. So eventually, logically, the structure and the pattern of the test exam is going to remain the same. By and large, the level of difficulty by and large is going to remain the same. There could be certain variations, but by and large it will remain the same, because then easier to normalize. So if at all there's a surprise, it's going to be for the slot 1 person. So I don't know. So the only thing that you can do as of now is be ready for anything, especially all the slot 1 people. Be ready. It's okay. At the end of the day, CAT is a collection of questions. If you look at a question on the screen, if you can solve it, you solve it. If you can't, you skip it. That's all you can do. And there you have it. This is what CAT finally decided they will do. Yeah.